Welcome to another episode of Hobby Nonsense, and this is a very special episode. It is the last episode of 2025. Ray, Solar Ray's here with me. I'm Sports Boy, your Sports Boy. How are you, Ray?
I'm doing well, Mr. Gibson. How are you?
I'm doing well. Last podcast of the year is always a weird feeling for me because it's like I feel like there's something big and momentous that should happen. And lucky for our listeners, there is, because we're doing the Poppy Awards in this episode today.
The Poppies.
Poppy Awards are basically a celebration of all things non-sport pop culture, kind of where it got its name. Non-sport cards, entertainment. There's a little TCG in there. There's some appreciation for sketch artists. There's a few different things. We're going to go over the winners. There's only 17 questions. We're not going to spend all podcast on it, but it's a fun end of year. 17 categories. Thank you. But it's a fun end of the year thing. I think we're going to try and do every year. We're going to make this the first one. It's the first full year of the Hobby Nonsense podcast. Why not throw in a little celebration at the end with it? So,
do we have a sponsor for the Poppies this year?
Sponsor for the Poppies is, I guess it's still DC Sports for the time being, because we will have a couple additional sponsors going into the new year.
If you guys want to sponsor the Poppies for next year,
yeah,
send us an email.
You know what? Yeah,
the Poppy sponsored,
but it will not affect the vote though, because this is purely done through you, the listener, the collector, the hobbyist. These votes, and can I throw out one bugaboo though? Can I throw out a bugaboo? Ray, do you mind?
I do not mind.
Ray is so not. We talked about this before we started the podcast.
Do we want to bring up the
Let's bring it up. Let's bring it up. Okay, so Ray's been very good about this, but last episode it was there was a few things that were happening, and one of the comments we got on the pod was from a Ray Rodriguez. Ray,
I thought you were my friend, Mr. Ray Rod.
Fellow Ray over here. Ray, as in Solar Ray. Ray slowly turning into Mike with the interrupting. I
thought you were my friend, Ray.
I appreciated that comment. It is something that now I feel like is in Ray's head a little bit more, because he's waiting to come at me with a response. But here's the thing. I told him, and we both agreed, it's like a fine line, because to feel natural in a conversation, you're talking over your buddy when he's saying something. And I want you to continue to do that. It's just at times there's like, okay, I need to get this point out in a solid, just non-interrupted format so that it can be clipped up. We'll use it for social media, all that kind of thing. So stop just staring at me.
I just want to make sure that you're done. I want to make sure that you're done. We also did bring up the point that whenever I get a little off the rails, it's usually for a subject that I'm extremely passionate about.
Tell me.
Well, I'm just saying, like when I get off the rails.
You just mean the subject matter.
Yes, the subject matter. And then I'm also extremely over-caffeinated for the day.
See, that's what I thought you were going to say, and I thought you were going to say a subject that I'm extremely passionate about, caffeine. Do we just go ahead and do our Poppy Awards?
I think we should do it.
We got a large number of responses. I'm very happy with it, and I think that it is very indicative of what the collector really thinks of the non-sport card, I guess the non-sport card options that we had available in 2025.
I agree.
So I think we should. Let's just go ahead. We're already talking about it. Let's just go ahead and get it out there.
So for our first category, best movie-based card set or sets. All right. Let me open up my little envelope here. And the winner is 2025 Topps Chrome Disney.
Best history-based non-sports card set. Your winner is Pieces of the Past 1900s edition keepsake trading cards. Congratulations, Pieces of the Past. That's a very popular one. I like that card set myself. I've got some, and the guys from Keepsake were on the show talking about it earlier in the year. So very cool. I'm glad that one won. So this one is your best Star Wars non-sport set. You had a lot of options. If you are a Star Wars fan, you know that there were a number of releases this year.
Heavy Star Wars year.
This did not include all of them, mind you. This did include things like Hyperspace, but not the Hyperspace that is technically coming out tomorrow, December 30th. This included Hyperspace that came out in February. Fun fact, I don't know if a lot of people realize, there are 2 Hyperspace releases in the year 2025. technically the first one was, I guess, a late release, so it was supposed to be 2024's.
Oh.
So yeah, you've got two different ones, but this did include the first one. It include Masterworks, Galactic Antiquities, Topps Chrome, a number of other ones. The winner is Masterworks. Now, asterisk right there, it did not include Galaxy, because at the time that we put this survey out, Galaxy had just released, and we were like, oh, well, Galaxy would probably do really well, but we didn't want to include it on there because people were voting before they had seen the cards. So that's why we did not have Galaxy.
Next category, the best Pokemon set of 2025. And guys, you guys voted, and the winner of the best Pokemon set of 2025, none other than Prismatic Evolutions.
Wow. People love that one.
Look at that.
That is great. That was, by the way, a far and away winner.
Yes, beating out Destined Rivals and beating out Journey Together.
Next category, best trading card game, best TCG release of 2025. Since we had a Pokemon category, we did not include Pokemon in this. So you had like Lorcana, Magic the Gathering, Final Fantasy specifically. You had One Piece, OP13, some Yu-Gi-Oh!, some Star Wars Unlimited, a few other ones, some other Magics included as well. But the winner, and it was close, but the winner still came out to be One Piece OP13.
All right. So this was a great category, is the 2025 Sketch Card Artist of the Year. So this was interesting because we had you guys putting the name.
Yeah, there was not like choices here.
Correct. So you putting in the name of whoever you thought was the best sketch artist of 2025, and the award goes to none other than Luke the Cardist.
That was great.
That was great. A little long, still a little long. We're getting there.
We're gonna find the one that's just right.
We're doing
for
this
us.
on the fly.
Next category up is by the way, the Luke the Cardist. Congrats to Luke.
Congrats.
In the future, there were a lot of names mentioned, but he definitely had a lot of submissions. I will say that didn't mean like, Sir Edmund Duke was on here quite a few times. You also had
our friend Kevin Graham.
Oh, Kevin Graham, yeah, who we had on the show earlier in the year. There was actually a number of votes for him. You had a lot of names that I think a lot of us are fond of, but Luke the Cardist far and away was the winner as far as the name that most people typed in. So next category was best wrestling card set release. So this was also another very close category. We had a lot of, there weren't a lot of Topps Chrome, not enough. I think a lot of the wrestling fans out there who wanted WWE sets were not as satisfied with the amount they got this year. They got some, but they wanted more. But that said, there were also AEW. Upper Deck put out some AEW sets as well. But the winner was 2025 Topps Chrome WWE.
There we go. You got it.
I think that's it.
All right. Next category, best direct-to-order non-sports trading card. This one was close and surprising. The winner is none other than the Pope. Pope Leo for Topps Now. Congratulations.
I need a fade-out option, Oh, you know what? I think I can work this. All right,
Come
we're
on.
good. We're good.
We're cooking with Crisco now, guys.
All right. So, by the way, the second place winner on the best direct-to-order non-sport trading card. So, obviously, Topps was the winner there with the Pope Leo. Second place was Leaf with the Pope Leo card. They also put out a Pope Leo. Apparently, Pope is a pretty popular one-off card option. So, let's see. Best non-sport trading card insert. So,
real close.
This is including things like the Topps Chrome Disney Reflections, the Squidward Gallery, Wolverine Claw Marks, the Precious Metal Gems from Batman Metal, Kyberlite from Topps Chrome Star Wars, a few others included in there as well.
The Erupt insert from
V-Friends. The Erupt from V-Friends. Hey, by the way, I'm wearing my Gracious Grizzly shirt today, repping my little V-Friends love. The winner, and again, It was close. It was close between the first and second, but the winner was the Wolverine claw marks from 2025's Topps Chrome Marvel.
Oh baby, look at us.
See that? Now we're doing something. All right, there you go. Next category.
Make sure you turn it back up now.
Oh yeah. All
right.
I'm double doing it.
All right, next category, the best non-sports card and a sports card product.
What? What is that?
And the award goes to Topps Update Disney, Goofy, Donald, and Mickey.
That's a good set. That's a good card.
I love that.
A lot of people like that one. I will say I thought that was going to be high on the list, obviously, because it's Topps Chrome. I was glad to see that we also had Larry David autograph. Did pretty well. It was a close, honestly, to be completely honest with you guys, because we're not giving out like the exact number of votes or percentages, but second, third, fourth, and fifth place were only separated by 2 votes. A couple of them tied. So yeah, there were some very close second places on that category. All right, best non-sport product for children. This I am going to name off a few of the categories just so we have an idea, but it was Minecraft 2024's Minecraft from Panini, the Squishmallow product they also put out. We did the Fleer Retro Looney Tunes from Umber Deck, and then the Topps Disney Wonder. There were a few other write-ins in there, but those were the majority of the votes. And again, pretty close, but Topps Disney Wonder pulled it ahead.
Let's go.
There you go. There you go. Audience is getting a little lackluster on that one.
Yeah, come on,
really
audience.
died down fast.
Get it together.
All right, next one.
All right. No, next category, best debut card set. Ooh, this one, I love this because this was a long-awaited. The winner goes to 2025 Upper Deck Skybox Metal Universe Batman.
Wow. Honestly, okay. So, yes, we already know what the answers were. We went through this before we did the show. I was kind of surprised by this because I thought we were going to have something like, because we included the Mint products in there. We included X-Men 97, a few others as well. But yeah, the fact that the Skybox Metal, and here's the thing, I love that product. It's a very good looking product. I appreciate that it won there. So best debut card set was the Batman Metal Universe. All right, best visual design set. I was hoping this was going to win, and I'm going to tell you guys, far and away, our winner is the Topps Star Wars Galaxy.
Clearly.
Thank you all. Thank you. I'm a huge fan. I'm actually going to be breaking some of it. So tomorrow is Hyperspace. I have 3 more cases.
Dang, bro.
I have 3 more cases. My Hyperspace comes in. I'm going to be breaking it like 8 a.m. tomorrow. I'm going to make another announcement before we end the show. But yeah, breaking tomorrow. I'm going to be doing Hyperspace, and I'm going to have some Galaxy breaks up there. But It's such a good. I still have people asking like, "Hey, do you have any more?" I had already done. I literally broke like 15 cases of this, and I thought people would be done by now. But no, they still want more.
Insane. Keep it coming. Keep it coming.
All right.
All right. Next category, the best comic / pop culture set. The award goes to 2025 Topps Chrome Marvel.
Wowzers.
Well deserved on that one.
Another close call, though. Another close call. There was a lot of love still out there for some more Batman and some of a couple other spots, but Batman was probably the closest one. Let's see. Number 3, best TV-based card set. And some good sets that came out this year. You had Game of Thrones from Rittenhouse. You had Star Trek as well from them. There was Scooby-Doo, X-Men 97, a number of these. But I think that there was probably little guess when people saw this option on there. Topps Chrome SpongeBob. Topps Chrome SpongeBob. It's a great product. It is a fantastic product. I love me a little SpongeBob product.
Bring it around.
I'm just hoping they don't have like if they do another set this next year, maybe a year from now it'll be fine. I kind of don't. I hope they don't. I hope that's like years in between.
I agree.
More SpongeBob.
I think there needs to be a little
I would love that.
Little buffer zone in there. All right, getting down to the nitty-gritty, guys. The best non-sports trading card company.
Next to last category here. This is the big one.
This is a big one. You know, we have companies like Leaf, Panini, Upper Deck, Topps, Rittenhouse, Keepsake, Cardsmith, and the best non-sports trading card company for 2025. This was really close.
It was actually surprisingly close.
This was very close. So second place, don't feel bad, but the winner is none other than Topps.
There you go. When we say close, we mean it was only a few votes that separated Topps and Upper Deck.
And Upper Deck. We're talking about photo finish.
Yeah.
Like
very
a nose.
Close. Very
like
close.
First place, second place. First place, second place.
And your last category, the big one.
The
best
big one.
Overall non-sports card set. And just so everybody knows what was included in here, it again did not, just so we are all aware of this, it did not include Galaxy. And I feel like that, if anything, if anyone's going to give us a hard time, they may be because we didn't include Galaxy. Instead, we included top Star Wars Masterwork. Because Masterwork was the better product, in my personal opinion, than Topps Chrome this year.
Yeah, I agree.
But it is more expensive, so it's like it doesn't get into as many people's hands. So I could see an argument for putting a different one in there. But Galaxy was just so new again at the time that we chose not to put it in there. But that being said, I am going to give the categories or the options in this category. So in this category, you had Topps Chrome V-Friends, Topps Chrome Disney, Upper Deck Skybox Metal Universe Batman, Topps Chrome SpongeBob SquarePants, Topps Chrome Star Wars Masterwork. Just Topps Star Wars Masterwork. There's so much Topps Chrome in here. I really want to make sure the audience knows.
Yes.
2025 Leaf Metal Pop Century, which I love. I've got a little note to add about that coming up.
Okay.
Topps Chrome Marvel Comics, and 2025's Upper Deck The Boys Season 1 and 2.
The Boys.
So your number one choice, and again, some close options here. Some actually surprisingly close options, but
You have a drum roll over there? You don't have to find one.
Well, you can't just say that and then
You don't have to find.
No, you're right. I'm not going to. So let's just go ahead and just say the winner of the best non-sport card set is 2025 Topps Chrome Disney. All right, here's the thing. Topps Chrome Disney, I feel like it was everywhere. People were talking about it. I do get it. I honestly was hoping that we would have like a little bit closer. It was a close finish. It was close between some Batman got a lot of love. I won't lie to you. Batman got a lot of love. And then you also had, of course, Topps Chrome Marvel, some SpongeBob in there too. But yeah, I don't blame it, and I totally see the reasoning for it. My personal opinions are a little different just because I like some of like the smaller card sets, but it's also kind of hard to argue with. It had a lot of really cool, we talked about how the reflections were in there. You had the MLB inserts, which everybody loved. Yeah, there's a lot of really cool options to choose from inside that set. So, and the fact that they added the real life signatures from the actors and actresses this year, it's hard to beat. So
it's tough.
I'm glad. Yeah. I'm glad the people that we all love throughout 2025 got a little extra recognition as we close out the year with the 2025.
Congratulations to all the winners.
2025 Poppy Awards. Tune in next year when we will have 2026 Poppy Award. There's really nothing to add other than
nothing
a new
else.
Year,
Sponsored by
the people, the fans, and everybody
as of
who
right now
decides to vote. If we get a sponsor, I want it to be like sponsored
like
by
or something.
Old Spice.
Yeah,
put it on before you go to a card show.
Yeah, come on, people. You ever seen like the bowl games, like the Pop-Tart bowl or whatever? Have you seen that?
Have I ever seen a bowl of Pop-Tarts?
Like the football bowl.
The football
Dude,
bowl.
it's like the best
Oh,
thing.
like the actual, yes, I've heard of this. I haven't actually watched
Where
it.
like the
but
Pop-Tarts like run
yes,
around.
I get my friend John.
Last year, one of them
Mason's-
got toasted, and then the players ate them.
Like, what do you mean by toasted? Got toasted?
So like it's a Pop-Tart. Like there's a person dressed as a Pop-Tart. At the end of the game, he gets put into a toaster.
Ah.
And then a Pop-Tart comes out, and the winner eats the Pop-Tart. It's wild.
I am so happy to know that we live in this world of nonsense. Hobby nonsense is the right place to talk.
Can I
about
talk?
things
Can
like
I
this.
say something about the best overall non-sports card set?
You can do whatever you want.
Okay.
Buddy.
I'm really disappointed about the V Friends
Oh,
and how
yeah.
low of voting it got.
Well, okay. So this is actually, I just now remembered. I started to say this earlier in the show, and I got sidetracked, and I never went back to it. I made the post in the Facebook group, and then I also made it on social media on Instagram.
Okay.
When I put the post on Instagram, which is where all the influencers live primarily in the card community.
Yeah.
I
All your
tagged
friends.
Well, I tagged all the other like fellow non-sport enthusiasts, both people we've collabed with, people that but bigger names.
Jeff Wilson.
I tagged Jeff
Ken
Wilson.
Golden.
I tagged I don't know if I tagged
Logan
Ken
Paul.
or Logan Paul, but no, I tagged. I don't want to name names because I'm not going to say like I'm not going to sing praises, but
Everyone that you have dinner on a regular basis.
what I'm saying is I tagged a lot of the big names in non-sports,
Mark
both
Rubin.
companies and social media people, and I think one person shared it. I think one person like maybe just, and then when I say share, I mean like they did like the
They, like,
whole
reposted it and all
repost,
that
but they
stuff,
didn't
yeah.
actually share it as a story or anything like that. I didn't hear anybody talking about it with their communities. I'm very glad that we have such a large community of both listeners on this show, but also in the Facebook groups where the people that love non-sports cards post about them all the time. But that's the thing. We could have gotten so many more people involved if there would have been, because I mean, it's not like we weren't doing this to advertise us. We're doing this to advertise the card community, the non-sport card community in general. So all I'm going to ask of all of you listeners out there is, if the only place you heard about this was us, but you're in several other groups or communities of people, ask the community leaders, hey, why didn't you guys say anything about it? That's all. Yeah. Because maybe they'll do something next year. You don't have to give them a hard time, but it's just
Also-
like, hey, let's support each other,
Yes. With that being said, I think next year, now that we know that it's going to be a yearly occurrence,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to spend a lot of time like pushing it out.
Yeah, we can do a little bit more push.
Making announcements of actually having a show, announcing the categories, announcing the people that you can vote for per category.
Yeah, we can tease it a little
So,
bit more.
Yeah, it'll be a big thing next year for sure.
One thing too, I know like people are afraid when there's they have to log in or share personal information. So for
We
the
do
first
sell
part,
your personal information.
for the first good chunk of this survey, when we put it out, we didn't have that in there because we didn't want to deter people from signing up. I will say that I want to make sure that does not happen next year. So next year we will have to, I think we will put in like hey, just sign in with it's all through Google. So it's like, you're not giving me your information. You just have to sign in through Google so you can submit
And
your
they
answers.
already have your information anyways.
Exactly. But I think we'll do that just to make sure there's a little extra step of security versus the pretty much non-security this year. So all that being said, it was fun. I'm glad we did it. Thank you to Matsy, who came
shout out
up
to
with
Matsy.
the initial idea. Thank you to BJ Kroger who helped put this together. He added the pictures. He helped flesh out a lot of the options. So
Come on, Ginger Man.
Logan Paul was on my notes, and you had mentioned him.
Logan Paul.
Logan's doing something with Pokemon, specifically a like $5 million card.
So do you know about Logan Paul's Illustrator card?
I believe I do. If there's something additional, you might want to
So
educate me on.
Logan Paul's Illustrator card, the only one. There's what they say, the numbers here and there, right? There's supposedly 36 of these cards in existence in the world.
Like they only made 36 of them?
Well, as they know, because it was like an Illustrator contest back in like 98,
Oh,
99. And then
okay.
if you won a contest, they give you this card.
Oh,
And then
that's
that's
how
where the Illustrator portion comes from, right?
Okay.
So like
I don't know if
actually
I
like
realized
in the text, I know the text is in Japanese, but if you translate it into English, it says like congratulations, your illustration is awesome as a trainer. Congrats, like all this. It's not really like a playable card. But so allegedly there's around 50, I've heard 36 known cards.
Oh wow.
And there's only one that is a 10, and that is Logan's card. But if you look up the certain number and you look closely, it could be a PSA thing, but really this card is more like an 8 or a 9 in my opinion.
Really?
Yeah.
Like because of centering?
Just because of like whitening in certain areas of the card. Yeah, we can look it up later.
Wow, okay.
But anyways, so your friend, Mr. Ken Golden.
Why is he my friend?
Is he not your friend?
He does not text message me. He texts Mike all the time, apparently. He does not invite me to debuts. So.
Oh, I thought you guys were like friends.
I'm friends with all the underlings, I guess.
Okay, gotcha. Well,
I'm not cool enough.
Your friend Ken Golden, he has a new, the season 2 or season 3 or whatever it's called of the
King of
TV
Collectibles.
show, King of Collectibles on Netflix. Logan has supposedly his card is going up for auction on Golden's website in February.
Okay.
And yeah, that card is supposedly going to bring anything up. Supposedly going to bring 5.3 mil.
Supposedly it is?
Supposedly. Well, here's the thing. Okay, so there's a lot of controversy with this.
Okay.
Because back in 2022, Logan Paul created a company called Liquid Marketplace.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So Liquid Marketplace was a company to where you can buy and sell fractional ownership on high-end collectibles by turning them into tokens. And so you buy pieces of those high-end collectibles.
Okay, yes. I knew they did this with sports cards as well. With there was an app called Collectible. They did this there too.
So you're aware of how it works.
Yep.
Right?
Uh-huh.
So with this being said, and Logan Paul was supposedly a co-owner. All the publicity that he did for him, he called himself a co-owner of this company.
Okay.
All right. So this card was part of the opening of the company, Liquid Marketplace.
Gotcha.
So there are people, and he gave up, I believe, 52% of the card that people can purchase.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So there are people that own this card, this said card.
That like they own a piece of it.
Piece of it. Correct.
Yes.
So allegedly, Logan Paul has repurchased the card outright from these people.
Okay.
Like they paid whatever.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Liquid Marketplace is under investigation. It is a Canadian-based company.
Canada.
They are under.
They did it again.
They did it again. Allegedly. Okay.
Love our Canadians.
So these are the allegations.
Yep.
That they're being sued as fraud is going on, all that stuff. Misuse of investor funds.
Ooh.
False claims about token ownership, which means investors may have been led to believe that they had ownership rights that they didn't legally hold. Okay.
Really?
Sale of unregistered securities and misleading the regulators. Yes.
Misleading the regulators?
Yes. So company leaders allegedly tried to hide the true picture from the regulators, which I guess regulators would mean
like the people who are in charge
doing
of
the
keeping,
investigation,
keeping things on the up and up.
Correct.
Yeah.
So since then, Logan Paul has said that he has paid the people that own part of this card.
Okay.
But people have come out and said they have not been paid.
Oh,
for
like
this card.
The people who do own it are saying,
Multiple users on social platforms and independent outlets claim that although Paul posts said funds were distributed, platforms operation issues and prevented users from withdrawing those proceeds. So they're saying many users report that they have not received those funds.
Wow, interesting. Okay,
So how can you sell a card?
Yeah, he's going up for auction on Golden, it sounds like.
Yes.
But there's some question of who legally has full ownership of this. That is actually really interesting because I saw something else. Allegedly. I saw something else this weekend that was talking about how Logan Paul, again, he's in the news because of a lot of this, but he's pushing younger, I guess, investors or just people who are growing up trying to decide, hey, how I'm planning for my future. What do I buy? Do I go out and put it into stocks and things like that?
Oh, wow.
And it was talking about how he is pushing more and more people to buy less stocks and invest in Pokemon and other collectible things. Here's what's interesting about this. I find it very funny that he's saying this on one hand, and then on the other hand, he's like, hey, go out, buy Pokemon. I'm getting rid of mine. Go out and buy this.
I mean, he did buy, I can't remember the amount that he purchased the card in the beginning. But, I mean, at one point you have to liquidate what you know, just like you're selling your stock off.
And this is like one card. I do get that too. It was just a funny timing coincidence of like you're seeing him push one way, but actions are showing a different way. At the same time, if you're taking your financial advice from Logan Paul, you probably need other things examined.
Also, you know, you saw there's a clip out there of Ken Golden negotiating with Logan Paul about like an upfront amount for him to even have the card for sale on his platform.
Oh, really? Okay.
So with that being said, you know, this is television. This is a show. We don't necessarily know if this is true or not, if the negotiation was part of the TV show, if the card's actually going to be up for auction in February. We don't know. You know, some people think that it's reality-based television.
Yeah, of course.
It's scripted, all that good stuff. But, yeah, this is really messy. And it's kind of a mess, to be honest with you. And I hate the people, because he had I think there was like a crypto NFT thing that he was pushing for a while, like Zoo something. And that was a scam. And
here's the thing. I don't know if I'm not against Logan Paul.
Same here. I'm not against Logan Paul, but man, you know what they say, if it quacks like a duck.
I was going to say, if it smells like a duck, it's probably a duck. You know what I mean?
Sure.
You know, so I don't think it smells though. I think it's walk.
Walk? I think it is walk. Waddles like a duck. Swims like a duck.
Oh,
flies like a duck.
If a water just slides down its back,
then it's a duck.
It's a duck.
If it has
if it migrates in the wintertime,
it's a duck or some sort of other.
I wish they would say that. You know, if Logan Paul migrates in the wintertime, he's probably a duck.
He's probably a duck. When there's smoke, there's fire.
We are off the rails. End of the year, people. We're barely. This
is the Twilight Zone this week.
I just came back from Texas.
Something.
I was down in the Corpus Christi area. The area of Corpus Christi is cool, but what's really cool is Rockport. That's where I was at. It's about 30 to 45 minutes outside of Corpus Christi.
Is that where the rich folk hang out?
No, it's an artsy community. If anything, it's an artsy community. I'm not saying a rich community, but because I will tell you this, it was actually things were very cheap.
So like a hippie community.
A little bit it's a hippie community for the people who are like, I'm not a hippie. I'm just more relaxed.
Gotcha.
My parents were very strict. I'm relaxed and I'm having a nice time, but I am.
Did you
not
see
a
white
hippie.
women with dreadlocks there?
No.
Okay.
See, yeah, that would have been a first sign. That would be a hippie. Yeah. I did see my aunt, who's a white woman, and
does she have dreadlocks?
No, but I feel like maybe I'm just.
She did at one point.
She had overalls at some point. No.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's about as hippie-ish as it would get. She probably wasn't even wearing those. I don't know why I was just imagining her wearing overalls. The thing about this, the reason why I'm bringing this up was we had a great time, caught a lot of fish, which was amazing.
Oh, you went fishing?
Yeah, I posted it up on my Instagram.
So a lake community?
No, there are Corpus Christi's on the ocean.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, so it was an amazing day. I was sad my uncle did not get to go because
Gulf of America.
I don't know. I refer to it as Gulf of Mexico because that's how I grew up, and that's what it'll always be in my mind. That is not a political statement. That is just simply how I remember it.
Shout out to Pluto.
Exactly. Pluto will always be a planet. The area where we were doing fishing was absolutely beautiful. The waters were calm. The weather was 70 to 76 degrees pretty much the whole time. And we caught more fish than I've ever caught in my life. My daughter caught a 29.5 inch redfish.
Ooh.
It was stunning.
Red fish, blue fish, green fish.
Red beans and ham. Is that what it is? Is that how? I'm purposely getting things wrong now just to continue to throw it off. So yeah, my daughter caught 14 fish. She outfished me and the other men on this boat.
That's amazing.
But I'm not talking about any of this. The only reason I'm bringing this up is because I was in Rockport, and on the way, the last day there, we're going home after some beach time, and I'm driving this car of Miss Daisy's. It's my aunt, my cousin, my wife, and my daughter. It's just me being a man. I'll tell you this much. I also almost saved a shark's life right hours before this.
Jeffrey?
Different shark. So when we're going out on this pier, this walkway while we're down there, and this guy is walking back toward us with a fishing pole in his hand, and he's like holding up the line just so it kind of stays out of the water a little bit. And we're like, what is this guy doing? He's like just hugging the railing and walking back towards the shore. And we look over, and it's like he had caught a little black fin shark. It was probably 3 feet long or something, but he had caught this shark, and he didn't have a net or anything to grab it, and he didn't want to just like cut the line and it could possibly die with the hook in its mouth. So he was trying to get it all the way back to shore so he could then unhook it, and then it would set it free. The problem is in the Rockport area is a area that is it's got it's not landlocked or anything like that because this ocean bay, there are not many waves in this part of it. So there are a lot of shallow areas. So this specific area, the reason why there's this pier is here, so you can get far enough out to where you can fish in deeper water. So when he drug it all the way out there, he finally gets it unhooked, and he does the right thing. He's starting to drag it back out. So he drags it out just a little bit, but not far enough to get past the sandbar.
Still flopping.
And so he lets go of it. It swims. There's some parts where it's like deep enough where you can't see the fin, but a lot of times you still can because it's just not quite deep enough, and there's no way out. Like the sandbar has basically got him trapped in there, and he just goes back to fishing. And I'm like, whoa, buddy, you can't just leave this shark. It's going to die over here. Now, granted, my hope is like it was low tide. When the tide comes in, hopefully it could swim back out. But I'm like, there were also kids playing right there just minutes before that. And I'm like, I need to do something about this. I saw it, and there's no one else around to do anything. I should try. So I go out, I take off my shoes, I go out into the water, I see this shark, I find it, and I come upon the shark, and I'm thinking, I'm just going to grab the tail, and I'm just going to pull it. I'm just going to start dragging it. And I get within 3 feet of this thing, right beside, sidling up to it, and it turns and makes a beeline to my feet, and I scream like a girl, and I back as far away as humanly possible. And I realize at that point, I am not that guy. I'm not the guy who can go out there and just grab the shark and save the day. I am the guy who has the desire to do it, but then I might have the fear.
Talk the talk.
I can talk the talk. Sometimes the walk is more shark infested than you expect. And that's what happened in this case. So I honestly,
R.I.P. Jeffrey.
I do think my goal was like, if it was shallow enough, like where he can't make a quick move to my ankle, but this thing was small and he was fast and he made a
wild animal.
Here's what's crazy.
So you just left the shark there to rot?
The hope is that the tide's going to come in. The tide came in, and came in, and he's free.
I tried, y'all.
I tried. Okay. Here's what's crazy, Ray. Can I call you Ray? Ray, listen to me.
Did you see the fear in this shark's eyes? I'm sorry.
Listen to me, Ray. I started this story to tell you about cards. Yeah. I got sidetracked to talk about sharks.
This is a fantastic story. Someone needs to chop this up. And
I'm so sorry. After the shark incident, we left the beach, and I saw a handwritten sign that said, sports cards and non-sports cards at this address. You know your boy plugged that address in and went into the bad part of town.
It was just like a garage sale sign.
It was a questionable part of town. I won't say it was in a worse part of town, but it was like a garage sale poster board sign that they had written on, and I'm not even saying with like thick Sharpie.
It's like a
pen.
pencil.
It was like a pen. It was like I had to get close. I'm like, what is that?
Yes,
what is that? It's a sign that you say to yourself, oh, I would never do that. I wouldn't go to whatever that thing's advertising, because people that are going to advertise, they probably would have done it in a more a professional way. If you're going to go to someone's
Did it have a phone
business, it did not have a phone number. It just had an address. But that being said, I had a lot of adrenaline from said shark event. I said, I'm basically unstoppable. I was within 3 feet of a shark, and I lived to tell the tale. So I said, I can survive a card viewing at some questionable person's house. So I went with the girls, the Miss Daisies in the car, and they just sat in the car while I went up to the door, knocked. A lot of big dogs barking, loud dogs.
So this is legitimately a home.
This wasn't someone's home. This was not a business. Got there, and nobody came to the door. No one came, but these dogs were barking like crazy. So I'm starting to come back to the house, back to the car. Kid comes out. All of a sudden,
was he smoking?
No, just a normal kid.
Did he have shoes on? Was it?
I don't think he had shoes on. This is Texas, which is very close to Florida vibes, so there's very few shoes.
I knew that kid didn't have shoes on.
You knew for a fact, and you were right. So he's very kind, and I'm like, hey, I saw your sign. I was just curious. Do you have cards? Do you have non-sport cards? I'd love to see them. And he's like, oh man, we were supposed to take those signs down. I'm sorry, we do that on the weekends, me and my dad. And but I got some Pokemon. I got some like Japanese Pokemon, and I'm like, oh, okay. Do you have anything like maybe non-sport, non-TCG? He's like, I got some Star Wars. I'm like, what? Say less, fam. I want to see your Star Wars cards. He goes back into the house. He opens up the garage door. I'm in the garage, out of sight from my family, which there's starting to be some questions, but everything was fine.
Yeah.
Go in there. He shows me his cards. About that time, his dad pulls up in a truck. He's big, thick guy. Like, I'm not messing with this guy.
Was he wearing overalls?
There's probably a high likelihood. I can't remember exactly, but if nothing else, definitely shorts. He's like, you're looking for Star Wars cards. I got some Star Wars cards. Long story short, this is the longest story. He had a very nice set of Star Wars cards and stuff from like 1993 Star Wars Galaxy, like the first year it came out.
Oh, that's awesome.
I ended up buying a few cards from him. I got like 3 singles of 1993 Star Wars Galaxy. I have a Padme sketch. I got
He had a Padme sketch?
He had several sketches.
Wow.
Your wow is very Owen Wilson.
Wow.
I got a medallion. It was like this bronze medallion of Leia from, I don't remember what set, but it was a number of years back. There was this from the Book of Boba Fett. I didn't realize that Topps put out a set, and it has like this really cool graffiti Boba Fett emblem insert in this thick card. I ended up, this was not Star Wars. I got like this graded Itchy and Scratchy from the like 1991 Simpsons set or something like that as well. I paid like $75 for all this. The Padme card, the Padme sketch alone was going to be at least, it's like a color. It's not the greatest sketch, but it would probably do at least $100.
How did the negotiation go down?
I was like, hey, have you heard of Hobby Nonsense? And when he said no, I said, okay, well, have you heard of Sports Cards Nonsense? And he's like, no. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. I'm going to do, this is literally what happened. I said, I'll tell you what, how much is it, $75? I'm going to give you $80 if for $5 you'll come outside when I'm going to my car and you'll ask to take a selfie in front of my family that's in the car.
Oh, my Lord.
I literally did this because I'm like, my aunt and cousin, they don't know that I'm doing this podcast, and people in certain communities know who I am. And of course, unfortunately, this gentleman did not know who I am, but they don't need to know that part. So he accepted the $5. We go outside. I'm shaking his hand bye, and right in front of them, he's like, "Do I do it?" He's just like not moving his mouth. He's like, "I'm like, yeah, go ahead." So he just holds up his phone, doesn't even take the selfie, just holds up his phone, pretending to take the selfie. And then I'm like, and I just like pretend to pose for it, and he goes back in. And that was the moment I realized I have a problem. But I got those cards, and that is
What was
real,
the problem? What's your problem?
Vanity, probably, and lack of humility in that moment. But it was also more humor-based because I also knew at the end of the day, it would be funny for them to see something like that because I would inevitably tell them. What happened in reality, though, was when I went out there, I waved to the people in the car, and I shook his hand, and he put up his phone, and he did that, and I got in the car, and they're talking about Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders because they binge watched both seasons on Netflix. And I'm like, hey, did you guys see that? And see what? They didn't even watch. They didn't even see it happen.
That's what you get.
That's what I get. So
that's what you get.
So anyways,
did I tell you
that's your Rockport, Texas
I went to
story.
Gosh, I can't remember. Maybe a month back, I went to a card show, and one of the guys there that was vending.
Okay.
He was vending One Piece and Pokemon. It was like, hey, I listen to your podcast. He's like, your name is
cool.
Ray, right?
Solar Ray, yes.
And I was like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, I listened to This Week in Reselling since you guys started with your brother-in-law. And I was like, that's awesome. It was like, you know about my other podcast, right? The one that has to do with cards. He's like, no, I've never heard of it.
Oh.
And I'm like, well, that's the one you probably need to listen to because it actually has to do with cards.
What's funny is we're talking about these stories where no one's heard of us, but the numbers keep going up. Like they're really like it's actually, and I'm not just bragging or saying this. It's like I'm very happy to see that the people are out there listening, and then they are doing what we've asked, which is sharing it with other people. So continue to do that despite our stories of strangers not knowing who we are.
Yes.
But,
a lot of people want their hoodies, by the way.
Yeah, I know. Thanks a lot, you jerk. I've liked their comments. I have not responded to those comments.
Okay.
Those are the ones that I'm not responding to. We'll see. We'll see. Let's see. Last on the doc, we got a couple other things here. We talked about the Pokemon with Logan Paul, but the Pokemon McDonald's that was announced.
Yes, 30th anniversary.
Yes.
McDonald's.
Topps collab set. No. Oh, never. I'm sorry. Never mind.
No.
Backtrack. What?
McDonald's is doing a collab with Pokemon for the 30th anniversary.
Oh, okay. Yes.
So does this mean that we could possibly get the burger Pikachu that was released in Japan?
You mean this little fella?
In the United States?
You mean this little fella? The one that you got me? That is, I wonder if these are still, like, do they still sell?
They've gone down in price.
Dropped significantly, I'm sure. But that's cool, though. I mean, that would be interesting to see what they put out. I would bet they do something unique.
Well, they've done it in the past. So these Happy Meals will come out in February through March. And they usually do, like, 30th anniversary stamped cards of previous cards that released. But
okay.
I think it would be cool to have an exclusive like they did in Japan. We don't know. I mean, this could be something that they do put out in the United States. We just never know.
I would love to see something that has some rarity. You know, like where there's every 1,000th store or something has a card of.
Here's the thing,
Charizard or something.
You weren't around when the first.
First off, we're the same age, so I know I was around.
Well, you weren't around when, like, 2016, when the 25th anniversary of when this happened.
Yeah,
people were buying these by the cases,
like
the cards by the cases.
Were they having to buy the Happy Meals by the cases?
I don't know how they got them. I don't know if they were backdoored. I don't know if just the employees sold them, backdoor, like under the table kind of situation. And people were swearing up and down, these are going to be the ones that are going to be making us millions of dollars, all that stuff. So it's going to happen again.
Here's the thing. McDonald's puts out quality card products. We all know this.
But they also out a sauce.
They make other quality collectibles.
The Szechuan sauce?
This is not the Szechuan. This is the Big Mac sauce. I don't even know if they're still doing it. Honestly, actually, I wonder if it is collectible now. Big Mac, when we were doing the pod 2 years ago, they announced, we're doing this Big Mac sauce. I was like, I bet you that's going to be like the Szechuan sauce one day. I went out and got a few of these Big Mac sauces. And
so you just got Thousand Island dressing and...
I don't know. I mean, is it Thousand? Do we know the secret ingredients to Big Mac sauce?
It's Thousand Island dressing.
It is. Yeah, I think we do. Yeah.
Why don't you open it and take a little taste?
I think it's mayonnaise, ketchup, and some pickle
barbecue
relish.
sauce. Yeah.
Maybe a little barbecue. I don't know if I want to taste it at this point. I don't.
Dude,
there's no
you
expiration
almost saved
date.
the shark. You can do this.
You know what? I did almost do that. I'm going to save it for after the show. Can't wait. I'll let you guys know how that goes. All right. Well, there you go. That's Pokemon news.
What else you got in
other
there?
thing, I was just going to say Marvel Studios is actually pretty fun and exciting.
Yeah,
and
tell
I'm
me
saying
about
this,
your breaks.
I'm saying this as someone who broke it after I got back from my trip on Sunday. So today's Monday when we record. You'll listen on Wednesday.
Did
Yada
you pull
yada.
all-nighter?
Dude, I was up 24 hours, over 24 hours yesterday, because the flight back from Corpus Christi is at 5:30. No, it was at 6 a.m. But they live like 45 minutes away. You got to get there. We had to drop off the rental car. So I woke up at like 2 a.m. On Sunday morning after getting a solid 1.5 hours of sleep. So that's good. You want to get that. 2 a.m. and got back home about 11 and started
Did you sleep
breaking.
on the plane at all?
No. Didn't sleep when I got home either. Decided instead that at 3 o'clock I was going to start breaking the Marvel Studios because I had sold spots while I was gone. I unfortunately was not here to do it, but I was very glad to be away. So I'm not going to say unfortunately in that sense. But I was like, you know what? I got to break this soon because what if like the hype dies down? What if it's not a popular product or all that? Fortunately, either there's not much of this out there, or they just didn't release much in the first wave from Topps, but nobody else had any. Everybody sold out of theirs on release day. I was the only one breaking it on Sunday. We crushed it. It was awesome because,
That's awesome.
And when I say crush, I'm not saying it based on money, which I mean, I will say I didn't have to I didn't have to go like to desperate discount mode to get this thing moved or anything like that. I just mean it sold. I offered bundle discounts to, be the good guy. But at the end of the day, I didn't have to push and push. I didn't have to like make a post to fill this thing.
Yeah.
It was filling all on its own. We had like 70 people in there at one time watching the stream, watching the rip. The cards are really cool. We pulled some really nice lower numbered stuff. We pulled a few, like in one case had like 4 out of 5 cards or something like maybe 3 out of 5 cards. But it was nice in that sense. We pulled a Mole Man auto, which is Hauser. What's his last name's Hauser. He was from Fantastic Four. We pulled a Glenn Close auto. We pulled
101 Dalmatians.
of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh, it's in the year, folks.
You also
but Glenn Close, a few other nice autos in there. That was cool. But anyways, it's a fun product. It's not a crazy expensive product either, which I do appreciate that. Some cool sketches as well. We pulled like 2 different Moon Knight sketches. Moon Knight was going off. And overall, and I don't have any more. Actually, that's not true. I will have one other case that I'll be breaking at some point. I think maybe Wednesday, so tomorrow is Tuesday. I'm going to do my hyperspace breaking because it's release day. But then Wednesday, I think I'm going to do, I'm just going to break in the evening because I don't have any plans New Year's Eve. And I figure people are going to be up. We'll do some breaks. We'll have a good time. So come hang out if you've got nothing else. Or if you're doing something else, still come hang out. I'm cooler
baby.
anyways. But come join Fanatics Live. That's where I'll be on the Hobby Nonsense channel, which Ray will certainly be joining me there very soon.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, man.
Okay. All right. But anyways, Wednesday evening and Tuesday all day, pretty much. Well, Tuesday until I run out of hyperspace, and then Wednesday all evening. So that's where you'll see hyperspace, Galaxy, and Marvel case.
Nice.
So,
I love it. What was did you pull any 101s at all?
Not
Any superfractors?
No, we did. Well, actually, we pulled a printing plate. We pulled a
that's cool.
Justin Hammer printing plate, which is cool because Justin Hammer was played by I had the same issue in the live as well. Justin Hammer is not Guy Pearce. It's the other
Guy
one, Sam
Fieri.
Rockwell.
Okay.
Sam Rockwell plays him. That was cool. We pulled a printing plate of that. The sketches are 101s, but we didn't pull a true superfractor, unfortunately.
Gotcha.
So.
I think, man, next time I need to buy the Michael B. Jordan spot.
Oh, the Killmonger? Yeah. Well,
He's one
a
of
lot
my
of people
favorite
hunting
villains.
for that. Hunting for, personally, I'm kind of glad we didn't because I want one myself. The Cavalrine, which is Henry Cavill playing Wolverine. We didn't pull a Deadpool or Hugh Jackman, Ryan Reynolds or Hugh Jackman. We pulled what is it? Blind Al. The girl, his roommate in I guess the Deadpool movies or something like that.
Yes.
So anyways,
that's fun.
Yeah, that was.
That's a good character.
I will tell you, we pulled 4 of the Doctor. Oh, is it Doctor
Strange?
Ho or Doctor No?
From the actor. What's his name?
Doctor.
We talking about the same person? Probably not.
Maybe we are. It's Doctor. No. Everything's pulling up as
Dr. No from
Ho Jensen. Got it. It was Dr. Ho. He is the guy in the cave with Tony Stark in the first Iron Man movie.
Oh,
he's
that's
showed
cool.
up in some other places too.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, listen, if he can help Tony Stark,
is there a Robert
in a cave with a box of scraps? I'm sorry.
Is there a Robert?
Robert
Jr.
Oh, no. That'll be the day when we get one of those. The Rittenhouse Iron Man product that came out when when the movie first came out. They were very wise to get the licensing to put those cards out. That did have some RBJ. Wait, is it Robert RDJ autos in there, and I think those still do like $5,000 maybe, or maybe more. So. That being said, future products hopefully will have that. The last things I had on here were just 2 small things, but I did think they were interesting. One was it was kind of a joke when this was posted, because you had gone to a show recently and you posted up on the Hobby Nonsense stories.
Yeah.
All the products and cards you were seeing there, which, by the way, thank you for doing that.
The Lighthouse show, dude. Okay, so they have now separated non-sports like TCG and everything from the sports in the Lighthouse show.
Really?
Like it's in
that big at this point.
It's in a separate building, and dude, the vibe between the sports building and the TCG building, it's like night and day, bro. It felt like a graveyard in the
sports side,
dude. It was crazy.
Can I say something to you? When the house that I went to in Florida, you've heard about it because I just talked about it. Those guys I was talking to, the father and son, they do a lot of sports stuff, but they said they've been getting out of it because it's like his words. He's like, sports side's dead. I'm like, oh really? I wasn't as familiar with that. I've seen a lot of live parts of the sports card world, but
because you're in it. You're in it.
Yeah, but it's funny to see. From your perspective, to see a show that you would compare to those comments.
And I'm not I know I'm being biased because my brother-in-law and we took our nephew. Our nephew's 1 year old, loves football.
Yeah.
Started playing flag football. He's fixing to play basketball. He's loves Patrick Mahomes, Justin Jefferson, Tyreek Hill. Like
okay.
We got him a football for Christmas. He went nuts.
He's 1 year old. Though?
He's in first grade. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I was about to say
he's in first.
This
grade.
is a discerning taste of a 1 year old.
This was his first show.
Okay.
Because we got him some football cards for Christmas, and he loves Justin Jefferson.
Got it.
I guess that's like what the kids are.
Okay.
Like he likes them or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And so we're like, let's go to the card show. I'll look at Pokemon. You can buy, some Cam Ward cards because he's a big Cam Ward guy.
Yeah.
And so we got, we're walking around. We first went to the Pokemon side, and then we went back to the sports card side, and then we went back to the Pokemon side. And he's like, Tio, which is uncle in Spanish.
I'm very well.
He's like, man, it's like lonely over there.
What? It's lonely?
It's like he said it's lonely over there. And I was like, what do you like about this side more than over there?
Yeah.
He's like, everybody here is so nice.
Really?
Yeah, everyone here is so nice. And granted, the vendors all know me by now.
Yeah.
And they're like, what's up, Ray? And da-da-da. And it's like, oh, this is your nephew and da-da-da. And like all this. And it's like a different vibe. It's like, it feels dead.
Really?
Now that you separated the two.
Well, and when was this?
Saturday.
So Saturday after Christmas.
Correct.
I mean, that could also play a part in it, right?
Why?
People are,
but the
because they're with
TCG
families,
side
they're out of town.
The TCG side was bumping.
Well, if I'm playing the mic roll, the devil, I'm not going to say devil's advocate. I'm just going to say devil. If I'm playing that role though, I would say, oh, well, that's the lonelier side, the nerd. They're not with their
Okay.
families or doing vacations and stuff like that. So that's what he and others would probably say. You know what I would say? I don't care for that comment, and I disagree. That's how I would respond.
And a lot of the shows that especially the ones here in Nashville, they've all been together.
Yeah, that's true.
They've all been together, but when you separate the two, it's a clear night and day situation.
Okay.
And I was like, it was surprising, eye-opening.
I'm very interested. And the reason why I mention all that is because someone took one of the photos that you posted in a story of all the boxes of Yu-Gi-Oh! And sent it over to me. Joiner, shout out Joiner's Cards.
One Piece.
Well, he had said it was about the Yu-Gi-Oh! And he's like, is that next? Is that when are you buying up all the Yu-Gi-Oh! For the next one? Because it's like people, and then I saw a reel not long after he sent me that, and someone saying something very similar. I'm like, are we going to see an explosion in Yu-Gi-Oh? Is now the time to just buy in?
Do you know what Yu-Gi-Oh is doing?
Oh, I mean, I know that it's popular in France because we kind of talked about that on an episode.
Well, Yu-Gi-Oh, ever since Yu-Gi-Oh has came out, all the cards have looked the same.
Oh, okay.
Yu-Gi-Oh is now doing their version of like a full art card.
Really?
So like
they know what they're doing.
The wizard, like the Blue Eyes White Dragon, like they're getting a full art Yu-Gi-Oh, and they look freaking awesome.
Oh wow, that is funny. That makes me really question if I want to go out and buy some Yu-Gi-Oh boxes because and it's not like I will say this, if I did it, it would not be because I think I'm not a collector of it. I would be doing this strictly because I think, oh, I bet I could probably flip that. And that is the only reason. I'll admit that is not the collector's mentality. But at the same time, it's like, well, why don't I make hay while the sun is shining? You know what I mean? So that does pose some questions of could we see a influx in not only interest, but buyers and demand for the Yu-Gi-Oh product because maybe it's not because they think it's, just they love the IP, but they think it's the next thing after One Piece. It would make sense to me if it was.
There's always been like Yu-Gi-Oh fans out there. Mm-hmm. Always. There's still are.
Oh, yeah. The producer of this show is a big Yu-Gi-Oh fan.
So now that they're doing like these full art, I mean,
those do look cool. Yeah.
They're going to be awesome.
Yeah, I think you're right. I'd be very curious. Maybe I take a flyer and get a little bit, like get a case of product or something.
I mean, the Blue Eyes White Dragon, that's like the Charizard, and also the Dark Magician is another card, and those will probably be the chases. I would pick those up for sure.
Is that a new
this
release?
is a new product.
You know what the product is?
I do not know. Okay. I haven't looked into it also, but it's coming.
Okay, very cool. So yeah, that was one thing I was going to mention. The other thing I was just going to say was I saw a person on social media. Actually, I wrote down their name. PokeSilver251. Shout out to PokeSilver because I thought this was a cool little experiment. He bought up some tag cards, some tag 9s.
Okay. I love this.
Graded a tag 9 Pokemon cards. He wanted to experiment and see, I think his viewpoint was like the tag 9 is graded more strictly so that if you sent that into another grader, you might get a 10. In this case, he's like, well, I want to crack these 9s because unfortunately it's not, the resale just isn't there in a lot of cases.
Just so people know, Tag does use AI and machine grading.
Exactly, yeah.
To grade their cards, and it's not a person.
It's not a person, yes, exactly. So you could propose that there is more subjectivity if PSA or CGC or one of the other grading companies that doesn't use a machine. So in this case, he did it. He cracked 7 cards, sent them in. 5 of them came back as 10s.
From PSA.
5 PSA 10s he got back. He bought 7 tag 9s and came back with 5 PSA 10s. If that is something that is substantial, it actually is something you could do. I don't see why everyone doesn't. Do we
know what the cards were? Were they all the same?
They were different.
They were all different. Okay.
Some of them I think there was maybe some duplicates. In fact, I'm sure if you go to his channel, you can check out the post.
Okay.
But that was a very interesting, eye-opening experience to think, oh, if that's the case, does that mean the Tag 9 goes up in value if that becomes more of a norm, more popular? Because if people are like, hey, I can crack this and get a 10 from PSA, well, I'm going to sell my Tag 9 at a higher cost if I think you're going to go out there and try and do that, because I know you'll pay a little bit extra because there's a much higher premium for a PSA 10 than there is for the Tag 9 that I'm selling. That's where I think, like, oh, there could be a positive, you know, a positive influence on the values of a tag card because of the ability to flip it to a higher graded PSA card. So it'd be interesting to see if it does have, if that is something that other people have seen themselves, if people experiment with it. I would love to do it myself. I just need to go to a card show and find a Tag 9.
Well, good luck with that.
Right? I mean,
Yeah.
that's the problem. You just don't see them in the wild. I guess I could go online and see if I can find something.
Here's the thing. Your theory is this is good for people that want to do like an arbitrage situation.
Yes,
like
exactly.
he did. But for the people that, for that Tag 9 to go up in value, people will want to, there needs to be a demand for that Tag 9. Not saying that that's going to cause a demand. I don't think the demand's going to be there.
That's the thing. That's where it would be if there is a known, if it becomes a known, what is it? I guess a known thing. If it becomes known that you can take a Tag 9 and flip it to a PSA 10 in, you know.
Well, that's not always going to happen.
No, it won't. Like it didn't in this case. 5 of the 7 cards did, so that means 2 of them didn't. But the odds still are a little better. And plus, those other 2, I believe they came back as 9s. So it's like a PSA 9 is still probably going to do you better than the Tag 9. I mean, granted, grading costs you might break even, but it may be more substantial if you have a higher value card. I don't know.
I mean, people can do that right now. I mean, look at, I'm sure there's cards right now, CGC cards.
Yeah.
That are, you know, because CGC is basically dead in the water, right? So, like, you can find probably some Pokemon cards, CGC 9s.
I will say people did not care for my speaking bad. There was a comment I read, and I know you told me not to read the negative comments. Well, it wasn't negative. It was just feedback.
Don't read comments in general.
Yeah, just don't read comments in general. I actually didn't take it negatively, but it was interesting. They made the point that comments about CGC maybe weren't always fair, but honestly, like, I don't know if CGC is. I know they're still in business, they're still pushing, but they've made mistakes, but it wasn't fair because I wasn't calling out some of the mistakes that other companies like PSA or other graders have made as well. I guess really you can only compare PSA at this point if you're talking about CGC.
Which is an issue.
They do. PSA has had issues, and I think when I've made comments recently about CGC having issues, I don't call out all of PSA's because at this point I feel like we are only talking about the PSA issues at this point in time because there's been so many things that have been going on with the publicity of PSA. So it's like, but I will be the first to admit PSA has had their fair share of even more notable issues as far as like we just had the whole experience of them sending out offers on cards and then changing the grades, right? Like it happened to one person, but it did happen. And so it's like, okay, yes, there's going to be issues with all of them. But again, that's why, in my humble opinion, I think the best thing a grading company could do is take out the human element. But that is
Skynet grading.
Just bring on the Skynet at this point. That's all we want. All right. I think that's all I had. Anything else you got? We got the Poppy Awards out.
Poppy Awards are out.
We'll be making some posts about it. The only other thing I had was that Shia LaBeouf looks to be in the upcoming Pop Century product, which is pretty cool.
When is that coming out?
I haven't seen his autos. I believe they just said early 2026. I don't think there was a date yet. I've been keeping an eye out for the order.
What does that usually come out at?
Retail's like $350 these days.
Sheesh.
It's pretty, yeah. It's not the cheapest, but it's
cheaper than that Polaroid.
It's cheaper than the Polaroid. Well, for what you're getting, yeah, it is. I'm still gonna try and get some. The thing about breaking Pop Century, which is what I broke initially, that was like the first thing I was breaking at all when I started. It's my baby, really.
Yeah,
it's what I love celebrity autos. I think it's a lot of fun. The problem is and someone made a comment is like, Jesse's like kind of like changed some of his comments since he's been breaking more often. I agreed with him. I think I have. I think I've become more money focused than collector and like just love of the thing, you know, love of the IP or the card or whatever it is. In some cases, not all cases, but in some cases, I've made more comments that are focused on the money side as opposed to the love of the item or the collectible. And
to your point, like you were talking about Yu-Gi-Oh, you're like, I will dabble,
exactly,
if there's money in there.
But
well, you're not collecting it for all the Yu-Gi-Oh fans that have been waiting for centuries to finally see the card change and come up to like whatever everyone else is doing.
Yeah,
that is consistently like a collector. They've been collecting Yu-Gi-Oh cards forever, and they have like the card blade thing, and they dress up and all this stuff.
100%.
Yeah,
but I want to be upfront about it though. I want to say why I'm doing it, because I don't do that every time. That's not the reason why I buy things every time. A lot of times I buy them because I personally like them. I want to. Yes, I break not because I love cards. I break if you love cards, don't break. If that's the only reason you're breaking, that doesn't make sense. You break for money. You're breaking for a job.
Not necessarily.
Yes.
Some people do it for the love.
You are such a. That is the most naive thing I have ever heard you say, Ray. Because if you do want to do anything for the love, then you should do it for free or do it for YouTube.
I'm sure there is a lot of people that are on Fanatics Live. They're on Whatnot. They're on all these breaking platforms that are just breaking even when they're selling their cases.
But not because they want that. If they are, it's not because they are trying to. They are trying to make money.
Fair point.
There's nobody out there who's doing this. My goal is so long as I pay for this, then if I can pay for what I paid for it, then that'll be great for me. Everybody wants to make money on it.
Is there anything that you collect?
But hang on, just to make the point though is I'm saying all this because there are instances like the Yu-Gi-Oh and when we talked about like
Prismatic
the Pokemon
Evolution.
Factory and stuff like that, like I'm buying some things because I think it's a good opportunity to flip. But I'm also saying it out loud because it's like, well, if I bought Yu-Gi-Oh now, it's on the shelves. It's not like I have to go take it away from a child. And if I were to buy it now and then sell it when the prices go up, I'm more than likely going to sell it to someone who is just trying to do something similar. I'm probably not going to sell it to a real fan because the real fan's waiting to get it at MSRP and or a cheaper price. So I don't view that as like unless you view that as like, oh, he's part of the problem, which that's a fair. If you want to say that's completely okay, because I do get that. But I am a firm believer. I think you can have your cake and eat it too, as far as you can have your collectible, you can have fun with it and enjoy it, but you can also make money on it. I am just saying all of this because I think maybe there are times more recently where I haven't been as balanced with that. I've been leaning more towards the money side and less on the collectible side.
Well, you also come from a sports card world.
Yeah, that's true.
And then this side of the hobby is way different than that side of the hobby.
Yeah, well, and it's like I don't have a day job anymore technically. You know, I quit my job at Dell and in finance, and I do this now. I either talk about cards.
This is how you support your family.
Exactly. I either talk about them or I sell them. And yeah, I'll never be the guy who's going to Target and, you know, buying out all the shelves and leaving nothing for the kids or anything like that. I will try and make some deals, trying to think ahead of time, trying to outplan or outsmart the market, if that's even possible. But that's where I'm trying to do it. I'm not going to be trying to, I guess, take away from others, but at the same time, I know how it looks. I know how, especially in how I talk about it. So I'm bringing all this up because,
and I've given you a hard time with that, and
I appreciate it.
I want to be very fair to say that because there is two perspectives here of a person that is currently employed not selling cards.
Sure.
That I collect cards. They're part of, my childhood, and it's a hobby for me.
Yeah.
Right. To you is the way that you put food on the table.
Yeah.
So you have to think of the monetary value that each card holds, that you can have your cake and eat it too. And you can sell these cards knowing that you can continue to make a living by selling these cards. And if it goes down, guess what? Jesse's put an application in a Dell again.
I'm going back to Dell, baby. Jesse's getting a Dell job. So anyways, I'm saying this because I just wanted to put it out there We got a
You've
lot
been
of.
getting a lot of flack, and
Well,
I'm pretty sure that I've been adding to that flack.
I'm okay with that, actually. I like to be called out. I like to be kept in check. And there's sometimes where I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah,
I'm
we're looking
still
at
gonna
you,
do
Ray
it.
Rodriguez.
I want to be kept in check, and I also feel like this is the platform to say something because of how close I feel like to the audience. Like there have been so many listeners that reach out and they say positive things about you and I, about how we get along, how the show's going, and it's just overall, it's a very positive experience to be able to do the Hobby Nonsense podcast. And throughout 2025, it has been an absolute pleasure to be able to do this alongside the Sports Cards Nonsense podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And it has given me a lot of gratification and satisfaction that I didn't know I needed to be able to do something that I'm more passionate about, to talk about cards and to do it to listeners who also love that same thing. They're not just, they're not just listening because, hopefully we'll get to the topic that I like. They're engaged and they're involved. And that has been such a cathartic experience for 2025. So I just want to say all of that to say, hey, I'm listening when you have feedback. I may not always agree with it, and I may not be, on board for change right away. But a lot of times I think
make that change.
I am very much willing to at least hear it out and think it over. And in this case, I think the comment was fair. The comments that, hey, maybe I'm a little more unbalanced than I used to be since I started breaking. I think that's a fair comment, and I'm going to try and work on it in 2026.
Work on it.
So there you go.
Can I ask you one question before we get out of here?
Yes, you can, Ray. I would love to hear that question. Maybe I'll ask you one. I don't have one at this moment.
Okay, so from you doing both podcasts, one being a sports podcast, one being a hobby non-sports podcast.
Yeah.
What has been the main differences between both the hobbies, in your opinion?
The communities.
The communities. Okay, so expand on that.
So in general, there are trolls in both sides of the sport and non-sport community of cards. I personally have found that in my experience, there are more positive vibes. There's more positive comments, more positive responses to the content that I and we put out on the non-sport side than there is on the sports card side. And I say that also saying that I love some of the relationships and friends that I've gained from doing SCN and doing the sports card side of things. And I'm glad to still be a part of that world because I like the card community in general. And I like being a part of the hobby in general. I like to know the business sides of things, and I like to know the personal, what's hot right now, what's the next big product or the thing that everyone thought was going to be big and it was a dud. I love all of that stuff. But in my experience, it has been when people come to comment or, you put out a funny piece of content and they're like, if the first comment is, oh, look at the way he's holding that card, or, oh, that's a facsimile auto, that's a piece of garbage. It's like when those comments come out, it's like, oh, that's not really fun, for the person who's trying to create something and try and please a large community of people that like the same thing that he likes. So, and in most of the times when that happens, I find that those comments are coming from the people that are more on the sports card side of things than the non-sport. And it makes sense to some degree, right? Like if I don't know anything about a certain topic that someone's posting or talking about, maybe my first take when I see that thing is, oh, I don't get it, or that doesn't make sense. But I think it's more of a deep-seated issue for a lot of people where it's like if your first comment is, oh, that's stupid, and they're going to hear about it, then maybe that's just more of a personal thing you got to work on. I know I'm not perfect, and I make a lot of dumb mistakes, and I get angry at people for dumb reasons, but I do my very best not to take it out on them, whether that's in person or on the internet. So all that being said, those are the differences I have seen more often than not, is that the communities at large for non-sport collectors versus sports card collectors, there just seems to be a little bit more of a positive vibe coming off of the non-sport guys. So there you go.
Very fair to say.
I do have a question for you. As someone who has
Have I ever saved a shark?
Well, have you?
No.
Well, dang it. You teased me with that one. I was really hoping to find out Ray was secretly hiding his own shark story.
Did you see the shark's teeth? No, they have sets of teeth, right?
Only when the guy first was pulling the thing out of its mouth. I didn't see after that. But no, my question for you, Ray, is you are now a full-fledged member of the hobby podcast community, the Hobby Nonsense podcast community, and you've had to learn not just Pokemon, but now you're learning so much wider set of collectible things when it comes to the non-sport card community. What interests you the most? What has gained the most attention from you personally, not just because you had to talk about it or find a reason to talk about it on the show?
That's a great question. Gosh, I think the level of just the way the card manufacturers use the creativity in cards, and the way that just being creative in how they have certain inserts, certain things. And I don't know, like I really like the SpongeBob.
Oh, yeah.
The SpongeBob, like the new Marvel. I enjoyed the, what is it, that Captain America insert with the shield?
Yeah, that's cool.
Like, I think that's cool. Like the Wolverine die cut was cool. Things like that. Like the Batman, the clear card.
Oh, yeah, the acetate.
The acetate card. Just seeing like different Asylum. Things like that. I think that's fun.
Okay.
And cool. And just seeing, just stepping it up.
Do you think you'll ever collect something besides the Pokemon in the card community?
I mean, I've collected, like even with when WWE was with Panini.
Oh yeah,
like I would buy WWE Select, WWE what is it, Prism.
Oh wow,
when that stuff would come out, and just because I like wrestling, and but other than that, I mean maybe some like Star Wars Galaxy. I think that's fun.
Okay, all right. I
like sketches, and I like GPK.
I love that you appreciate GPK.
Like I think I bought when GPK Chrome came out. I think I bought 2 hobby boxes.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, and I pulled like a plate on one of them. So I like GPK.
Since you talked about wrestling cards, before we get out of here, I'll just show you this real quick. So the Bape boxes.
Yeah.
And we pulled that one of
Dominic.
Yeah. Dominic Mysterio. So the same, I ended up getting 10 more boxes. Oh, R.I.P.
He's not dead. He just got.
Yeah, but he still should rest in peace. You don't want to be resting in a
very true
high stress environment.
That's very true.
Why are we reserving R.I.P. for the ones who have passed? I want to rest in peace.
That's a crazy statement.
Let me rest in peace. Hey guys, I'm resting. Stop making so much noise. Let me rest in peace.
Put your phone on.
That's something you're going to yell at your kid. I digress. So we were opening those Bape boxes. We pulled the one of one auto of Dominic Mysterio. The same guy. He goes by Collector Greg. Good guy. This guy's been pulling all the heat everywhere online recently. He comes back into the room last night, and I just gotten 10 boxes of this. He was just asking, hey, do you have anything else? Like anything else you're listing or anything?
This guy's just looking to spend money.
Well, when he's pulling cards, they're netting him thousands of dollars if he sells them. He's like, yeah, let's do it. So he pulls a next box, and the next box had another auto in there, and it was a numbered auto out of 25.
We're talking about the Marvel Studios?
No, it was a Bape. Because I got 10. That's what I'm saying. I got 10 more Bape boxes.
Oh, so you opened some yesterday?
Yeah, he bought another box.
Okay.
The first box he bought the first time had the one of one auto in there. But that's the thing. The autos are so rare. You don't find an auto very often.
Yeah.
The first box he bought had another auto in it, and it was out of 25 for Penta.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, he pulls like this out of 25 auto of Penta in that box. And then he's like, I think he bought another box after that. It didn't have as big of hits in it.
I didn't know you had. I didn't know you had those boxes.
Yeah, I still have like 4 more, I think. But Mama, actually, Stephanie came in and bought a box herself. Unfortunately, hers didn't. She didn't have anything numbered in there or an auto. But I will say she got the baby Milo of Rhea Ripley, which I took a picture
that's
of.
awesome.
Which, she's a big Rhea Ripley fan.
Yeah.
So what's funny is not only did her box have the baby Milo Rhea Ripley, but it also had the real picture Rhea Ripley.
Oh, nice.
In there as well. So, she got a little love there.
Mommy.
But I will say those boxes were crazy because I had another guy come in. He bought 2 boxes.
Dude, you gotta send me a text when you open these boxes.
I know. I'm sorry. I wasn't planning on it. He just asked, like, hey, do you have anything else? And I was like, oh, yeah, well, I just got these in if you wanted to. He's like, let's do it. But he also got a John Cena out of 99, not an auto,
that's great.
But the fact that he's getting like all these, I'm like, what are these boxes?
Were you able to get any of the John Cena commemorative boxes?
Just the boxes. Yeah, because we couldn't get cases, remember? So you tried to get a case and I tried to get a case. We couldn't get the cases, but we think
the John Cena product, not the Cosmics.
Oh, the John Cena. Oh, dude, I was having that was the day we landed in Corpus Christi, and I had such a problem with rental cars. I completely
forgot about it.
You did? I had it on my calendar, but I was like, the rental car situation was a nightmare. This thing's going on 2 hours. We got to quit it. But
people love it.
I will say I do love this. Like I could continue to talk about stories.
I think one day we should just
do
hunker down and do like 3-hour-long podcasts.
You know what we could just record 2 hours of content and just split it up into 2 shows every week. I mean,
we'll see.
I do think there could be some demand for 2 episodes.
Let us know for the people that are listening.
2026. You want 2 episodes a week? You
Let
want
us
to
know.
Keep going
do
one?
you do 2 episodes a week? Because we can come back in here. We can turn everything back on. Or
I don't even know if I could do 2. We could. If we did it, we would have to do.
We would have to split it.
We would do the same day, record the same day. We would just split it into 2.
You let us know. For the people that are listening, put it down in the comments, sending us an email, put it down, DM us, all that good stuff.
We could do 2 hours.
Put it in the Spotify. Put it in the Spotify comments.
Easily record 2 hours of content.
Well, we usually do.
We usually do like an hour and a half.
We put the other hour behind a paywall.
Paywall starting 2026 as well. Go on, sign up on Patreon.
Corporate chill.
Should we get a Patreon?
Is that a thing?
Yeah. Well, I mean, people get Patreons. I mean, I don't know how they work. I just know like, hey, people are sign up for my Patreon.
We would have to give them like some
kind of exclusive,
so
something
like what
of value.
So what I do on my podcast.
Do you have a Patreon?
We have a members.
You do?
Yeah. So the members get to come and sit backstage while we record the podcast.
Like online, sit backstage while you're recording? Does that do people do that?
Yeah. The members do it.
They actually come over and they'll like sit by, like they'll
I send them the link
online?
and when we record, they sit backstage and they watch us record the podcast.
Huh.
$10 a month.
Really?
Yeah.
We could do it. Let's do it for $5 a month and you can watch 2 minutes of it. No, I like that idea. Something like that.
And so like whenever we do like a special episode, they're usually the ones that I bring them on and be like on their Christmas episode, I do a thing called Skip or Flip.
Oh, okay.
And it's a game that I created where I show you a listing on eBay that's something that recently sold, and you would tell me if you would skip it or flip it by not knowing any other information but just the pictures.
I thought you said something that where you actually like you skipped around like the office or you did a flip, like a backflip.
Yeah, like
that'd have been pretty cool too. That's content I would.
But yeah, so they would got to be some of the contestants.
Interesting. I like.
So they get perks.
Ray, where are these ideas? Why am I having to drag this out of you?
This is my first. These are people that have been rocking with me for a while.
You know what we need?
6 months in.
This is what you and I need. We need to get like not a secretary, but we need like a person, a manager. We need like a manager to help with all of this stuff.
If anybody knows, like a social media manager.
Well, we've got a guy who does social media. We've got a producer, but it's like there's a lot of other things that we could be doing where it's like, hey, don't forget you were going to do this content, or they can also be the people that respond to things. And I don't know.
We'll talk like about
a doofer, not a gopher, because they don't really have to always go. But I needed someone to do.
We need to talk about it. We need to talk about a lot of stuff. But guys, thank you so much for listening.
Yeah, really appreciate it.
Appreciate it. We have Jesse here, Jesse the shark.
Yep. Keep going.
Jesse the Shark.
Jesse the Shark. Okay.
Jesse the
That's
Shark.
fair.
Saving
And then
sharks near you.
we got Ray here. Ray, the drip king.
The Drip King.
You always get the most compliments about all your clothes.
Who says that?
No one has to say it. I read the comments.
People do not, and people have never said that.
I swear to you, if you think I'm lying, go out to our YouTube and check it out, because that's where people see it. They don't see it on the pod, so on the audio pod, I don't see comments there. But on the YouTube, I will see. Hey, where did Ray get that shirt? Oh, nice Titans hat. By the way, that's a Texans hat, isn't it?
This is a Texas Rangers hat.
Yeah,
which is it's a play on of the Zelda Tears from the Kingdom. So like on the side, you see like the stained glass kind of. Yeah,
that's really cool.
So next week I'll do something. Jesse has seen it, but I'll bring in the hat that I haven't worn that's designed after Pikachu, and it's in this awesome.
You sent me a picture of that.
Yeah, so
awesome.
I'll bring that next week so you guys can check it out. So
all right, well, for Hobby Nonsense in 2025, I'm Jesse.
I'm Ray.
We're signing off, and we will see you in the new year. Goodbye.